I feel like this generation we're so overwhelmed by a lot of just get it, get out, that we don't focus on the things that matters, the fundamentals of like friendship. I feel like no, a lot of people just misunderstood the word friendship. There's some people that are just your acquaintance. There's some people that you just know by the way. They're not like your friend. See, people that want to be your friend, you don't have to do too much. When you start doing too much and you start looking like you're forcing yourself to be in their life, and then maybe they'll call me and like, who are your 3 best friends? And they'll mention their name 3 times. I say, yeah. And then when they call them in their sleep and say, who are your 10 best friends? You're not even in the top 10. You're like, they don't even remember you.
You're not even a priority. You're not their priority list.
But you cannot be my solution, rather. At least don't start adding to the problem I already have.
But
I think every person at one point should ask themselves this question, like, why am I friends with this person? If you are finding it difficult to find an answer, then I don't think we should be friends.
Hello, my friend. My name is Precious Olalere, and I would like to welcome you to the Court of Love podcast, where we rule on matters of the heart using biblical principles. Today, we are exploring a topic that many of us can definitely relate to, but often find it hard to navigate: friendship and the hurt that sometimes comes with it. We all have experienced the joy of close friendship, but what happens when misunderstandings, betrayal, or even unmet expectation test those relationships? How do we handle the pain? But more importantly, how do we heal and move forward? Today, I'm joined by Hebulomo, a seasoned lawyer and a very dear friend who has personally experienced the challenges of friendship hurt. Her journey through these ups and downs has certainly provided her with profound insights on how to navigate friendships. So, whether you are dealing with a strained friendship or maybe you want to be a better friend, this is the episode you have been waiting for. Thank you so much, Hebu, for being here. It's such an honor to have you here. Thank you.
Thank you for having me, Precious.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure. So how are you doing today?
I'm good.
You doing
How
good?
about you?
I'm doing well.
Okay.
So we have a couple of icebreakers to get the ball rolling.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm excited.
All right, let's get it. So we are talking about friendships today and friendship hurts. And the first question, kind of just to set the tone for everything. If you could describe your ideal friendship in 3 words, how would you describe it? What would they be and why?
I feel like I would say love. I would say consistency, and I would say I don't know whether to say kind or kindness,
Okay.
but those 3 in
Love,
consistency and kindness, or
Why?
someone being kind, because I feel like this generation we're so overwhelmed by a lot of just get it, get out, that we don't focus on the things that matters, the fundamentals of like friendship, which is like, if you don't love somebody, I don't think you can really stay friends with them. Or if you're not kind enough to accommodate their excesses, that sometimes that they do things that you don't really like. But if you're not kind enough to show them kindness in those situations, you guys cannot be friends. And above all, love, because love is the most important thing.
God is love.
Yeah. And I feel like it's because of his kindness, his love for us, that he can come and die for us and all that. So the bottom line, every relationship should be built on those 3 things. For me, like, loving somebody is like, if I love you enough, I can be your friend, and then I can stay with you. I'm kind enough to listen to you. I'm kind enough to do all this. So those are the 3 things that actually works for me. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank
So
you.
that was deep: love, consistency, and kindness. So we have another question. So I saw a TikTok of a girl. She said she was going on a girls trip, and she wanted to fly first class, but she knows that her friend cannot spend so much like that. And she was wondering if it was against the girls' code. You talked about kindness, love, and consistency, if it was against the girls' code to fly first class on the 10-hour flight, while our friend would fly in economy. So what are your thoughts on this? Would you go ahead, if you had already, would you go ahead and fly first class?
Okay.
Or as a friend group, would you be upset if all of you were in economy while a friend was in first class? So
Personally, I feel like it depends on the kind of relationship I have with that kind of
They're your
person.
friends, like you mentioned.
Like are they my friend or they're
Oh.
my? I feel like no. A lot of people just misunderstood the word friendship. There's some people that are just your acquaintance. There's some people
Okay.
that you just know by the way. They're not like your friend.
So
Like, because
who is your friend?
I feel like my friend is like somebody I can rely on. Somebody is like my family. Somebody who has taken a step for me, and I'm ready to take 1,000 steps for that person. Somebody
Okay.
who is reciprocal in everything I've been doing. Like, if I'm showing you kindness, I'm showing you love. You have also shown me. It's like a two-way thing. It's not like a one traffic that I'll be putting myself out there for you, and then I'm not getting anything in return.
So in this instance, are they your friend or your
So
acquaintance?
yeah, that's why we have to like go deep into the
Okay,
TikTok. Like,
so let's
those
go
people,
deep.
those people on your group chat. Like, are they your friend for you, or are they your acquaintance?
Or
Because
your,
if
or
it's
your
me,
travel buddy.
yeah, because if they're just your travel buddy, well, I'm going to up on first class. You guys are going to be in. But if they're like,
But that's not showing kindness and love. Why
No.
are you going to leave your friends?
yeah, that's why I said it's different. That's why we have to like understand the level of friendship they have together, the level of relationship they have built over time. If I've built relationship with you like over time, and like if I'm traveling with you, Precious, I'm not going to up on first class when I leave, like, because I know we have a lot of discourse, because it's going to even be more fun to actually like be in the same space with you. Yeah, it also brings me back to a point that your friend is somebody that you want to share your space with all the time. Like, you don't even want to be far away. You want to like gist, you want to talk to this person because they just light up your space or something. So if you're flying on a 10-hour flight that is actually very boring, it's not like you have a lot to do on the plane, and you decide to choose your own solitude to your friend. I don't think that's your friend, really.
Okay.
I don't think they're your friend, because if it's your friend, 10 hours, I want to be with you. I want to be gisting.
What if I just want to sleep? Like, I don't want to talk. I just want to be on the first
Girl,
flight.
you're not going to sleep for 10 hours. But yeah, that's why people need to define
Friendship.
Yeah, they need to define.
That's
the
a very
relationship
good.
they
That's a
have
very
with
good
people.
point, and we are going to get there very soon. But before we do, I have one last question. So imagine you are at a party, and you see an old friend who has hurt you in the past. They approach you and they seem genuinely happy to see you. How would you respond to that?
This is a dicey conversation because I don't know, because my carnal mind we not want to just say hello to you. We just don't want to say hello to you, and I'm all about energy. Like, see that your energy you're using to not talk to me all this time. Just let's keep the energy going. But
But is that Christian like?
yes, that's what I was about to say. Like, as Christian, we actually you can't just say I'm Christian without exhibiting the fruit of the Spirit. So as a Christian, and I'm sure Holy Spirit will be giving you a nudge that, oh, you're not saying hello to this person, you're keeping malice to this person. And I feel like sometimes
But
I don't know whether
you in
it's
the past and they've not even
it's-
apologized.
Thank you. Like, it's personal. Like, sometimes Holy Spirit tells me to apologize to somebody, and I'm like, why are you not telling the person to apologize to me?
Talk to them, not me. I know.
Why
yeah.
do I have to be the bigger person?
Yeah.
They should also be the bigger person. I don't want to be the bigger person all the time. But, it works. And this is like total submission to God. You just have to listen. Sometimes you just have to listen. But honestly, I don't think I want to say hello to them. But
The Holy Spirit will up you to approach.
so I say hello
Okay.
to, and yeah, because
Okay.
I'm like, what if they don't respond?
Yeah, that's another trick thing as well. Because what if you say hello and they just...
And they don't respond, they just ignore you. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you're not going to
my
feel like a fool.
God.
Like,
Embarrassment round 2.
like twice beaten, twice shy. This is like yours, trees.
Thank you so much for sharing your perspective on those questions. So now we're getting started to the main topic that we have today. We're talking
Okay.
about defining friendship. So how do you see friendship? How would you define friendship? What are the qualities that you believe are essential for a lasting and meaningful friendship?
Yeah. Like I said, I feel like a friend is somebody I can rely on in all aspects, and is somebody that compliments me in all aspects. The truth is that our generation is so focused on, we have this thing in common, we should be friends. No. I don't think we should be friends. I think we should be acquaintance. So we met at our place of work. But I don't think our principle of life even align. I don't think we should be friends. I think people should learn how to just be acquaintance with people, or just like, oh, I know this person. Like, you don't have to see, you're not going to bond if you're not friends with the whole world. Nobody needs you to be friends with anybody. Like, you don't have to. So like, because you want to be friends with somebody that share your principle. Like, emotionally you're like connected. You can even like talk about it, like what you're feeling, like, oh, this is how I'm feeling, and not somebody who's going to judge you, or somebody's going to judge you, because you need those two. You need, sometimes your friend needs to judge you, so you know that what you're doing, girl, you're not making sense. So you need somebody that is honest with you, and like, I understand your feeling, and I'm not trying to disregard what you've told me, but I think you also made mistake. I think you were the one who is wrong. So you don't want somebody who's like supporting you all the time and say, oh, girl, even when you are like a bad person. Bad. So you need somebody who is going to judge you and who is not going to judge you, but who's going to listen to enough to know that, okay, this is my friend, I know you, but this is what I think you should have done. You need somebody you are connected with, like, spiritually, because the Bible says, what does darkness have with light? Like, there's no relationship. Some of us, we just want to be vogue, want to like try and like, oh yeah, I want to just be seen as that girl that is friends with you. I'm just like, people like, I'm just open-minded like that.
So not someone that is open-minded.
I'm just open-minded like that. I'm friends with everybody. I'm open-minded. And this person is like, I'm not saying you shouldn't be friends with other people who don't have the same religion with you, but you can't even share. We can't talk together and say, let's share something about God, because my perspective that you have about him is like totally different from. We don't even have a common ground about like religion. So I feel like religion wise, talking about things like, there's some friends that I'll call, I feel like, oh, how did you know this is exactly the same thing I'm thinking about? Because you just like,
like in sync spiritually.
This is what I was thinking, and you're so right. This is what I was thinking, and you want to talk to them about life issues, and you're able to talk to them. You're able to rely on them. Like, it's friendship that you're giving, and they're also giving back. It's not like you keep giving and you keep giving. You're the one like,
give everything that you have.
You are exhausted, and they don't even give back. There's some people that like, you do a lot for them, and then when you need one thing, they start like, and you're like, and then you think about it like, I've always been out there for you, giving. So it's supposed to be a two-way thing. Yes, I don't believe, we are so Jesus Christ that we came to just die for the sin of the world. No, it should be like, the way I trust you, the way I rely on you, the way you rely on me, I should be able to rely on you. So it should be two-way thing. Like, your friend should also be like, okay, yeah, I should also be able to go to you and say, okay, I need something, or can you help me with this? I'm facing these challenges. Do you have any insight for me? It's not all the time you're taking from my well. You're taking from it. You keep drawing until my well is dried and you're not giving back. So I feel like my idea of friendship is somebody that compliments you in every way, because friendship is actually deep relationship. It's deeper than the way we think. We just feel like, oh, there's some type of ship that are actually deeper than friendship. Like, oh, maybe like relationship, just what's that. But friendship is also deep and also not deep. So you want somebody that you can, because there's some people that be friends for like 20 years, 30 years, and they're like close friends. They're even like more like family, and they can even rely on them more than they can even rely on their family. They must have gone through a lot together. There must be a period where they can rely on each other. So it's not about, we have to start putting a lot of importance on people that we call friends. Like, if you call me your friend, then I'm important to you.
So I'm hearing reliable, honesty, someone that you are able to call up and they are there to answer you. Someone that is able to fill your emotional tank. Like, I'm pouring to you, you're pouring into me. And someone that, you are deeply connected, not just on surface level, but on the spiritual level. Oh, wow. That's deep. So, what does strong, healthy friendship mean to you? Can you share a little bit about your own experience with friendship? I know you've already started talking about that in terms of, strong, healthy friendship and defining friendship and not just calling everybody your friend. But can you share like a more personal experience of, a strong, healthy friendship that you've had? If you can think of any.
Honestly. Okay, I used to, like, when I was growing up, I feel like I was so friendly because I'm like an introverted introvert. Like, those people that are so... I don't want to be out there. I don't want to make friends. But
and I think it's also very hard for introverts to make friends, because a lot of people think that they are kind of proud because they are not talking.
They just want to keep to themselves or something, because I don't think I'll go out of my way to just want to be friends. But like, maybe I see you, I like your personality. I'm like, oh, I would have loved to be friends with that person, but I don't think I want to go out of my way to be friends with you. But if I actually have somebody, okay, I'm gonna give a personal, like in relation to your question, like a personal example of maybe the friendship I've had recently that I feel like, oh, this is a good friend that I want to keep. Like, she was my roommate, and aside from the fact that I could see she's a Christian, and then it's not about just being a Christian, it's about you're also exhibiting the fruit of the Spirit. You're telling me, you're saying, oh, I'm a Christian, I'm also seeing it in your character, in your nature, the way you treat other people that are not like people who are close to you, the way you treat strangers, like the kindness you show to other people. And I'm like, okay, this is it. Like, this is somebody I want to develop like a more relationship with, like more deeper connection with. I talk to you. I know my secret is safe with you, like, and I don't hear what I told you, like, from everybody.
We have a lot of friends like that. I tell you something, and then I'm hearing it from another person, and I'm like, what's going on?
The Gen Z used to say problem solve is gist.
Okay.
They're just going to start gisting about
someone that is not gisting about your problem.
Yes, so I feel like that's one of my personal relationship, and I've seen the person, and I know that, okay, I think I want a deeper relationship with this person. This person can be my friend because they've proved to me over time that, oh, they can be trusted, they have kindness in their heart, they're consistent, so like I can rely on them. Like, those are like the qualities I'll be looking for, and then they have those qualities. And yeah,
absolutely beautiful. I mean, I think that it's always very important that before you become someone's friend, you study them, because it seems as if you studied that person.
Yeah.
To be able to say that, okay, these are the kinds of qualities that this person have, and these are the things that are, dear to me, and I think we can work with that.
Yeah,
so I think that's
I've
very
actually
important.
done it in the past. That I just jump on vibe, and our
That's
vibe is good.
It's good. Okay,
we have this vibe going on. I think I just want to be friends with this person. And
how
then
did that turn out?
Yeah, you end up. And then you just jump on friendship based on vibe, like, oh, we watch same movie together, this is so interesting, and all this, and then we're talking, we're gisting, the vibe is high. We just like friendship on vibe, and then it doesn't turn out good, and then when the person disappoints us, and we're wondering like, oh, like, you don't know this person. The only thing that you know is how you people connected on the first day, and you decide to be friends. And then they come back and hurt you, or they come back and say things that you don't like, and you're like, how did I even become friends with you in the first place? Like, no. So I feel like, yeah, just to return what you've said about, like, you have to study your friends, like, to know that, okay, if I want to be closer to you, like, more on the surface level, like, no longer acquaintance, I want to know that you're truly this person, and you're truly somebody I can rely on, somebody who's honest, and somebody who's like Christian, so to say. Yeah.
Interesting. And I mean, I think that leads us to the second question that I had about friendship hurts, because you mentioned when you make friends on vibes on friendship, and I think a lot of us are guilty of that.
Yeah.
Like, I meet someone for the first time and I'm vibing with them, and I'm like, oh, she's my friend.
She's my friend.
And then the next day you're going to maybe shopping together, you're going to the movies together, you're taking trips together, and then they leave you on the economy, and then they take the first class, ticket to ride alone, So it's very important. So how have you experienced hurt in a friendship? How did that situation arise? I mean, you've talked about vibes being one of the issues, but then how did it impact you emotionally and even mentally as well?
Yeah, so I've had like a lot of experiences with friendship that didn't work out. And I feel like we don't talk about friendship hurt a lot, because people don't think, we just feel like it's the other kind of ship, like relationship you're dating somebody, when they leave is when it really hurts you. But we actually don't consider that friends, because you've invested your time, you've invested sometimes your money, your resources, your emotions in this person. Like, you've laughed together, you've shared like food, and then the person is out of your life. You will feel the vacuum. Like, there's a vacuum this kind of friendship live in your life. And then you're like, oh, okay. So you kind of feel like certain kind of hurt. But some of my past experience are like, I just jump into the friendship. I like you. You are cool.
And then they killed your vibe.
You are cool. This person is like this. I'm just like, okay, you know what? Let's be friends. And then I feel like I was giving more. I was there. I was giving more. I was putting myself out there. Like it's like I was forcing myself. Like, please be my friend. You don't have to force. See, people that want to be your friend, you don't have to do too much. You don't
People
have to.
that want to be your friend,
Yeah.
you don't have to do too
You
much to be their
don't.
friend.
You don't. Like when you start doing too much and you start making it start looking like you're forcing yourself to be in their life, and then maybe they'll call me and like, who are your 3 best friends, and I mention their name 3 times. I say yeah, and then when they call them in their sleep, I say, who are your 10 best friends? You're not even in the top 10. You're like, they don't even remember you.
You're not even a priority. You're not on their priority list.
But you're like, oh, this person. You mention the person 3 times, like 3 times. This person is the person, and the person is like, and you're giving a lot. You put yourself out there. Like if they need you, you're always like on the call with them. You're always there. But anytime you need them, like if the roles were reversed, and then you don't see them, and they don't show up. And then you think about it, those kind of people, they'll never show up for you. They will never take a mile for you, but they will expect you to take 100 miles for them. And when you don't, they start gaslighting you. They start like, yeah, because they're like, okay, you're supposed to be my friend. You're supposed to be my friend. If I need you, you're supposed to. No, if you need me, I'm not supposed to be there all the time. You're not my creator. I'm not supposed to be there all the time. So if you can't even understand that other people have their own responsibility aside from being your friend, your friend cannot be a full-time job for. Like being a friend to you should not be a full-time job. It should be like something we do out of like, I love you, you love me. It shouldn't be like
exhausting.
It's so exhausting, and you're like feeling the burden of friendship. Like, no, it's like it's supposed to be fun. You're supposed to see each other, and like you should be waiting and be looking forward to like seeing each other or talking to each other, because this person takes all the stress of the world away. Like the world cannot be stressing you, and then a friend will be adding to your stress. Like it doesn't want to. Like, okay, what are we doing? What is already stressing me? Like,
why do you want to add to my stress?
If you cannot be part of my problem, if you cannot be my solution, rather, at least don't start adding to the problem I already have.
But you want to share like some of like your personal friendship hurts that you've had, people that added problems to your problem.
Okay, I'm actually going to share like 2.
Okay.
So first one was pretty recent. I think I had a friend, and I kind of told this friend some things about like personal stuff about me, and then I heard it from somebody else, and it's not even from somebody else that told somebody else. Like it was like it's not even like
it's a broadcast
just out
news.
there. Like the person that even told me didn't even know that I was like,
oh my God.
I was in the story. Like
That's
it was just
so
I'm
sad.
like, wait a minute, look like me. Look like my story.
People they were just thinking about your story. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, like you look like, and I'm like, So, and then what I did was actually I sat down and I evaluated the friendship, and I felt this friendship has actually not given me value. It has not added anything to me, and I feel like in all perspective or all ramification, we are actually very different people, like in terms of what ideologies about life and what we believe in. We don't even have anything in common.
So how did you become friends with that kind of person?
I'm like, why are we friends? Like, I think every person at one point should ask themselves this question, like, why am I friends with this person? If you are finding it difficult to find an answer, then I don't think we should be friends.
You find it difficult to find an answer of why you're friends with someone.
You can't even like, pick one, like, it's because she brighten up my day, it's because she makes me laugh. You don't even have anything. I'm like, okay, why am I friends with this person? Because it's like, it was like a burden. It was like I was stressing. I was like in this, I just wanted to escape. I don't think friendship should be all about, I want to escape this person. And I'm like, it's so exhausting to be around you, because if I'm saying something, you're not going to like what I'm saying. I don't think you even like me as a person. So what are we doing together? If I'm so going to be explaining myself, I'm going to be apologizing all over.
And then you're going to be hearing your gist from somebody else.
I'm like, you can't even keep my secret. I'm like, what am I doing with you? Just no. So I'm like, and one thing that I've actually also worked for me is that I know how to cut friendship early. I don't even allow it to get to the point where...
But we're going to get to that. So,
okay.
Yes, we're going to get... So, all right? So, we're going to get to that. But before we do, you've talked about the first example. What about the second example, though?
Okay. It's actually this person that I feel like when they need you is only when they reach out to you. But when they don't need you anymore, they just disappear from your life. they just disappear
That's
and you don't
sad.
see them. Yeah, you just look like, and you feel like, I feel so used and dumb, and I feel like, I'm not your emergency cheerleader.
You're not 911.
Yeah, I don't want to be anybody emergency. If I'm your friend, I'm your friend because it's both convenient for the both of us. It's not like friendship is convenient. It's only you just want to be friends only when it's convenient for you. So what about when it's not comfortable for me? What about those times you're calling me and it's like 9 o'clock and I shouldn't pick up? Like, you don't know what I'm doing, whether I'm exhausted and I pick up. But when you're supposed to be there for me, you're not there. Like, the only time you come back is only when you need something. And there's some people like that. The only time they reach out to you, the only time they start like fangirling you is only when they need something from you. I'm not talking about money. They need like emotional support. They need they need somebody to talk to.
They need a therapist.
They need gist, yeah. Or paid therapy. Like, if you're paying me, I will not even mind. Like, okay, bring your problem away, but you're not paying me.
Yeah.
Then you call, I have this problem. The only time they're gonna call you is when they broke up with their boyfriend, and they will need somebody to hold their hands and wipe themselves. Say, oh, don't worry, you're gonna get somebody else. So what about the time where things are good for you? What about the time you just got a new appointment, or you just got a new boyfriend and things are good, things are really rosy? What about finding space in those times when things are really good and still finding space for your friend? You can't find space for me only when you're in darkness and you're looking for somebody to shine their light so you can see around you.
And then when you shed the light and then...
Yeah, and then they're okay, they just pack up and you don't see them. What about times that I'm also in darkness?
Maybe they see you as their therapist. You mentioned that we should evaluate our friendship, and you talked about they asking someone, for example, who are your close friends, and your name is not even appearing at all. So maybe that is it for them. You're like their therapist. And you have not evaluated that.
That's why we have to discuss it. Please, am I your friend or am I your therapist? Really? If I'm your friend, we're talking about friendship, which is like a very deep thing that people need to understand. If you need a therapist, go pay for a therapist. Friendship is like, it's free.
Okay, the therapist or the therapy that comes as a result of friendship is an added advantage of being friends with
somebody. It's not like that's my main job. Like, if you want somebody to just speak, like somebody you just want to speak to only when things were not going right, you need somebody to set you apart. Just go pay. Pay for your therapist. But if you need somebody like, okay, it should be somebody who's going to share your joy, is going to share in your happiness. It should be every time you want this person to be part of your story. It's not the only time you're calling is when, guess what happened to me? Somebody just robbed me $500. That's okay. What should I do? That's the only time you're telling me.
Give me $250 out of the money.
That's the only time you're reaching out to somebody to like, okay, to talk you down and say, okay, it's going to be fine. Jesus is there to talk about. What about when things are good? Bro, it should be all right. It should be like all the time. This person, that's why friendship is really like really important. Like, who is your friend? Like, this person should, I want this person to be part of my joy. I'm getting married. I want this person to be part of my... It's not only when I'm down or the only time I want... That's why I was talking about the other girl. That what kind of friends are those people we have? They might just be acquaintance, like travel buddy. Like, only time I want to travel. You know, some people, you actually know them, that are good for something. So the only time you also need them is when you need that stuff. Maybe if I feel like, Precious, she like traveling. If I'm traveling, I'll be like... she probably look like somebody I should travel with. Yeah. But we are not friends. But people will say because we travel together, we just confuse that.
So that's another
friendship.
thing again. The fact that people see us together every time does not mean that we are friends.
And then we ourselves also need to understand that we are not friends just because we have one thing in common that we do together. Everybody have that. Everybody have their thing that they do very well and they do it effortlessly. And people want to reach out to them when they need that. Or some people is like, they can take pictures very well. So when I go out and then you want to take some Instagram pictures,
you're like, go.
You want them to be there because they're like people who can take pictures. And you're like, okay,
give me good shots.
But the honest truth is that you guys might not be friends. It might just be like, that is it. After that picture taking, after that we hit together, after the aesthetic. That's all.
It's not, the next time you are seeing each other is another day. You need someone.
You don't even have anything in common aside from those things. You can't even remember. Maybe you're sitting down and they say, this. You can't remember the person. You don't even think about the person. The only time you think about the person is, I need somebody to go out with me to eat because this person knows how to try new food and all that. So we also need to understand that friendship is not just somebody I can call and say, oh, because you are good in this thing, let's go. Doesn't make us friends. Yeah,
Friendship is beyond that. But then
It's beyond that.
how do we start to navigate this? You said you've talked about 2 instances where you had that friendship hurt. So how did you approach that situation, apart from the fact that you sat down and evaluated in the first instance? But I know you've had several experiences apart from these 2 that you shared. How were you able to navigate that, come out of that? Did you have a process for deciding to address the issue, forgive or distance yourself? Perhaps maybe you even approach them to say, hey, I told you something in confidence and I'm hearing it in 2-3 people's mouth. So how did you approach that?
I don't think I have the energy to come and be asking you if I told you something you're telling somebody.
But I mean, where's the point of this? Like,
yes, I would just feel like you were not my friends to start with, because if you're my friend, you will have kept that thing close. Or if you're my friend, you're not going to be calling me only when it's comfortable for you, and then when it's not comfortable, I don't see you. Like, if you're my friend, I just kind of reevaluate and I break away. But it's also come with its own pain, because breaking away from somebody is not just, okay, you're not talking to them anymore. You're still going to miss them. Because especially if you, as a person, were the one that actually really see them as friend, you're still going to feel like, oh, I think this person is missing in my life. So you're still going to mourn for them and see like...
So it's normal.
Yeah, it's still normal. When people are not part of your life anymore, there's no matter how... let me rephrase that. No matter how acted you are, you're still going to miss them. You're still going to miss that, oh, this person used to be my friend. Oh, we're no longer friends. So I don't think there's any like strategy to actually get better at friendship odds. You just know that maybe I just have it at the back of your mind that some people come to your life, some people have to go, but people that want to stay will stay into your life. And then there's choice. There's also this freedom of choice. Like, if you want to, it's a deliberate choice to be friends with somebody. So if the person is not deliberate enough and doesn't want to be your friend, you don't have to force anybody. Friendship shouldn't be, you shouldn't even like be forcing anybody to be with you. Like,
but then I mean, there are instances where you have disagreements. For example, you talked about this friend that is always coming back only when they need you. Perhaps they didn't even know that. There are some people that they can be very oblivious to that I only call this person when I need them. But in their mind, you're their friend. That's why they're calling you. How do you then navigate that? Do you just call them off and say, hey, bye?
No, I think you should call your friend out. That's what I said. I think when we started with this conversation, I was talking about you need somebody who can judge you and who will not judge you. If you are my friend, I'm going to call you out. If you are doing something, I'm going to call you out and say, oh, what you are doing doesn't make sense. So if anybody knows me, I'm going to even express myself. I'm going to express my mind to you. So this person that kept coming, I actually told the person, I think this is what you do. This is what you do. And
how did that conversation go?
And then it's looking like, oh, then when you start telling people stuff, people don't like to accept, they don't like to take, what's the word? They don't want to accept responsibility of their action. They want to just dump it back on you and gaslight you about, oh, you are the petty one. I just told you I'm hurt by your action. So yeah, let me be petty. But because I'm expressing myself to you, I'm saying I don't like what you've done. You should take consequences. Like, you should take like responsibility for what you've done. But people, we live, friendship is also about taking responsibility for what you've done.
And accountability as well.
Because if you feel like you've hurt somebody, you should be able to say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even mean that. Because we are built differently. The honest truth is that everybody is from different background with a lot of differences. We're going to hurt each other. We're going to offend each other. But people should be able to come up to you and say, after you say, what you said, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about what I said. I didn't mean that. You should be able to take responsibility. You should be able to be accountable. Yeah, you have to be accountable to your friends. So you can't just say, you are my friend, but okay, I hurt you. That's all. Let's just sweep it under the carpet. No, you have to be accountable. You have to apologize to people. You have to make things right. But if I feel like this person is not interested in making things right, then I can just then leave. Because if you've spoken to this person, I don't like how you hurt my feeling. You have to protect your own space. You have to protect your own mind.
So there comes a point in time when you know that, okay, this
you're choosing between yourself and the friend, and you're like, you know what, I'm going to choose me.
So you have to be able to recognize when you get to that point. But then how can you then, heal from such a friendship that probably ended badly? You've talked about evaluating your friendship and then leaving when you know that it has gotten to your breaking point, especially when they are not taking responsibility for their action. But then how do you heal from this? Like, how do you move on? You mentioned something earlier about, it's okay to be sad, to feel that vacuum that they've kind of left, but how do you heal from that? Do you then say, oh, I'm not going to be friends with anybody anymore because they've hurt me several times, I'm just protecting my space? How do you heal from that?
I feel like you should love yourself enough to be able to move on from people. So
love yourself enough to be able to move on from
because
people.
so you can see the beauty in other people, because we have, do you know how many millions of people we have in the world? So one person should not make you change your entire personality, should not make you change your entire being. Like, okay, I used to be friendly, I used to be very kind, just because one person hurts me, I'm going to be very demonic, I'm going to be very evil. No, I don't think one person should be responsible for you changing your entire. So are you telling me one person has a hold on you that is so big enough to change your entire personality just because they're no longer your friends? No. But you just have to let them go. And then whatever you want to do, if you want to cry, if you want to shout from the rooftop, but yeah, it's okay to like be alone. It's okay to cry about it, but it's also okay to love yourself enough to know that, you know what, I'm actually very special. I'm amazing. I'm this fabulous person. A lot of people out there
are looking to be your friend.
To be my friend. Like, a lot of people want to be my friend. So if you don't want, you're lost. Like, if you don't want to be my friend, it's okay. Just bye bye. So a lot of other people, good people that God is even like maybe waiting to like, oh, these people will
connect you
together.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's also important to actually pray to God too about our friendship. I know all of us, we jump into friendship, but yes, just like we pray about relationship, God, is it the one? You can also pray about your friendship, because what I've realized is that God is interested in every aspect of our life. So if God is interested in my salvation, is interested in my finances, why is he not interested in the kind of company I keep? And God, the Bible even say evil communication corrupt good manners. So that means God is interested in the kind of communication, the kind of company that we keep. So if you are interested, we should go back to God and say, you know what? And then Holy Spirit is also our friend. We should be able to also tell us to be able to discern when we see all those other person. If you're having one shade of just run away. Holy Spirit will have told you, see, this one to end in severe pains. Just go.
Just run away.
Just go.
So being able to discern and listen.
And God is already, but we don't even, the truth is, even me, myself, I don't think I involve God in my friendship. I just do.
And that's why you've been experiencing so much hurt.
So I just had to, like, I think it was recently when I was talking to a friend, I feel like I think we should also ask God. We should also ask Holy Spirit about direction about our friendship. If he's interested in all this, why is it, you should be interested in our friendship.
Interested?
Too. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we've had so much wisdom that you've just deposited. Consistency, reliable, honest, love, kindness. Those are the things you have to look out for when you're making friends, or you want to become friends with someone. And then you mentioned, being able to evaluate your friendship. What is this person doing in my life? Is this person adding to my problem? Or is this person giving me solutions? So solutions over problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not saying you should not come with your baggages, because everybody have their own baggages. We should be able to even deal with it together, because you can't be perfect, I can't be perfect.
We're working
towards perfection, and then we're working towards it. I'm not saying, oh, come perfect, because somebody is perfect. But I'm saying you can't just keep coming with your problem, and then when the person needs you, you're not there.
That's interesting, because just to wrap up, because of our time. Okay. So if you could give one piece of advice, I know you've said so much. You've said so much, and I'm sure like our audience, they are blessed already. But like, if you could give one piece of advice to our listeners, in order to maintain strong and healthy friendship, how to prevent. You've talked about some of that, but if you just want to give like just one major advice based on all the experiences that you've had, one major thing that you've learned that you want to communicate to someone today, like what would that be?
So I feel like what I'm going to do is this. I'm also going to try it out. I'm going to ask God for direction about friendship, and then ask God, just like the way all of us ask God, this is the man I want to marry, is he good? It's only when we want to marry and we're always asking God, we want babies. Yes. And I'm like, okay, this friendship, I'm interested in this friendship, will it work? I want to just ask God about, I feel like we should also ask him about friendship because he's interested in that. So going forward, I feel like I'll also be doing that.
Okay.
I'll be listening to like.
So you're not just advising, you're also advising
yes,
yourself.
I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be I'm going to listen about this friend, and then I feel like we shouldn't also jump into friendship based on vibe. You should also want to see this person. A lot of people just say, "Oh, I'm a Christian." Everybody is a Christian. Everybody that go to church or something, we are all like Christian. But you want to also see how kind this person is. This person say, "Oh, they are Christian," but you can't. All the fruit of the spirit like is like missing in them, and you're like, I would rather prefer not to even to be with the devil than to be with you because they don't even have love in their heart. They don't have love suffering. They are so unkind to other people. Like if you have a friend and he's unkind to other people, the person will be unkind to you.
It's just a matter of time before they reveal their true character.
So you can't say, oh, you just bad to everybody else. The person is good to me. No. So if it's bad to other people, it will also be bad to you. So yeah, we should also like see people. And like, oh, can this person be my friend? And also, like, when the person is your friend, keep revelating. And even you yourself, keep working on your friendship. Like, am I the one doing something wrong? Or am I the one doing something? You have to keep working on the friendship. You have to, like, be there for your friend as you want your dad to be there for you. Like, what you want from the other friend is what you should do. I think they can even emulate the fact that there's some people that they don't call me on a norm. But when they start calling me, sometimes I remember, like, how to call them because this person is always checking up on me. You have that one friend that is always checking up. They didn't just learn that like
in one
and it's not as if it's so comfortable that they don't have anything to do with their life that they decide to call you. So some people they were like, oh, I just let me talk to you. So I started doing that too. If I remember, so I'm like, this girl, she's always calling me. Let me just check up on her. Those kind of little things go a long way in building like long-lasting friendship or relationship.
Wow, oh my goodness, so much wisdom. Thank you so much. I'm blessed. I'm sure you guys are blessed in how to maintain strong and healthy long-lasting friendships. And I mean it's something that is possible if you put into all the things that she has mentioned. If you put all of that into your friendship, I think you would be able to see a very, very strong yielding fruit. Thank you so much for being on our show today. We really appreciate all the wisdom that you've given to us.
Thank you.
We pray that God is going to continue to bless you with more wisdom. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. And to our audience, thank you so much for joining us again today. If you were absolutely blessed by this, you have that particular friend that has been stressing you, send this episode to them. Send this to them. They need it. They need all the wisdom they can get, so send it to them. And do not forget to share share with your family as well. Do not forget to leave a comment if you resonated with any of the points that were raised during our conversation. Please do well to leave a comment. Share your experience. If you've been hurt by a particular friend that you'd want to share, maybe for other people to learn from your experience, please do well to share and leave that in the comment section. And as always, do not forget to subscribe so that you'll be the first person to get notified when I make a new upload. Till I come your way again next time, stay blessed.
Bye.